Welcome to Read the Room.
Oh,
This is
man.
episode 12.
Randall
The
Cunningham.
title of this episode is Be Careful Who You Choose.
Yes, sir.
I'm your host. I go by E1.
What up with it?
What's good? You ain't even tell people your name, man.
I mean, they should know by now, man. It's shit. Trey Falando, that's the rumor, baby. What's up, y'all? Missed y'all, man.
What's good?
It's been a minute. It's
So
been a
be
minute.
careful who you choose. We're going to talk about choosing the wrong person. People that, don't look at the red flags. You skip the red flags. You can see something early on that maybe I shouldn't really rock with this person, but you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And sometimes you suffer the consequences of that. But before we get into that, what's good with you?
Bruh, I was home the whole week by myself for the first time in my marriage and parent history.
How was that?
Risky Business. You ever seen Risky Business?
I have.
You ever seen Ferris Bueller Day Off?
Now I seen Ferris Bueller joint for sure.
Nah, bro, I was working my ass off. No, you be thinking like, oh man,
I'ma
what
do this,
I'ma
I'ma do
do
that.
this. Man, I was sleeping.
Yeah,
nigga.
that's how I be.
I was supposed to do 10 things, bro. I was asleep, bro. I'm watching my old movies. I'm watching my Datelines, bro. I'm Dateline. I'm caught up. I mean, bro, I was just chilling, man. I'm watching Charles Bronson movies and shit.
But you know what? Dog, sometimes it's good to have time by yourself.
Yes,
because
bro.
you're able to focus, you're able to think. And then it's like, let's say you got a house and you feel like you're getting time to yourself because you can chill in an area in the house or area in the room. It's still different when the house is completely empty.
Bruh. And and you know what else is different? Is like each day is different. Like the first day, you think about your family a little bit. Second day, you like, right? You like you breathing different and shit.
Yeah,
right?
you feeling good.
Man, right? You work, you come home, it's nobody there.
Yeah,
So you know
dog.
what I thought of?
What?
Every month, send the family away, bro. I need a whole week to myself for every
Now
month.
you know that's some
Every
bullshit.
month. I told my kid, hey, I got it around dinner table last night, no electronics. I said, hey, listen, I'm totally different now. I'm talking to him different. So how was your week when you were away? Oh, you had fun? Okay, look, so we're going to do this every month. Right? My kids looking at me like, yeah,
They
okay.
ain't paying no mind.
They
You
will
might
love it,
do
though.
a day or two.
Man, my kids, bro.
They probably ain't miss you yelling at them and all that.
I love the fact that my kids are able to experience things, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just took them to Ocean City last month.
Yeah.
Then they love the beach. They love to travel. They bougie. When we go out of town, my oldest, he like, so what's the name of the Airbnb? Like, he's expecting Airbnb. I'm like, bro, we doing hotel.
Yeah.
True look at you like, hotel. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, it's a nice
Airbnb.
hotel, but they like the
Yeah.
Airbnb action. So it's cool, man. But nah, it was cool, man. But I was ready to see him though. After the fifth day, FaceTime your kids when they ain't around. You're not in control. I was nervous. I was like, hey, don't have them by the ocean. Don't have them by the.
Yeah.
I was like that.
Yeah, I'm on it. Matter
You know
of
what I'm
fact,
saying?
call me a helicopter parent.
Yeah,
if you
ain't
want.
nothing wrong with it.
Oh, they don't bother me. My son in camp, and they have like every Tuesday they'll have a field trip day.
Yeah.
The last Tuesday was a field trip to some water park. Can't do water parks without me.
That's what I'm saying.
Period. So when that happens, he just have to stay home those days. I don't trust
That's smart,
anybody
bro.
with swim, and he can swim.
Yeah.
But it's just that
Don't matter,
his
bro.
age, I'm cool. Like
Nope.
he just had to miss that day. Now
Nope.
speaking to him, I got him in baseball.
Yep.
So he can throw pretty good. So
He a beast.
I got him a pitching coach.
Okay.
So I got the pitching coach, and
How'd you find a pitching coach?
through the team that he played for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got the pitching coach.
Yep.
And the pitching coach came out there, and he was dope. Like I hadn't met him before. He was like an older guy a little bit, but he was dope. He actually played professional baseball
There
when
we
he was
go.
younger. All right. So with that being said, when he was there, he was kind of looking at like every car that would pass, he would look and look back and look back, and I'm like,
Nigga on the run? Nigga on the run?
getting really distracted. So he told me that he was a former policeman in Baltimore. And he said, man, you got to excuse me. He said, man, I've had to I've had to unalive a person. I've had my partner stabbed. And he said, and I've seen a lot throughout the years.
Yeah.
He retired in 2022.
So he still got that in him though.
So what he told me is that he also knew 6 people on the force that took their own lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
so he
big
said
thing,
one
bro.
day that he was in the park, and this wasn't, I don't know how long ago this was, but he was in the park. He was jogging, doing his little exercise, and somehow he just got lost in the park.
Okay.
He said he actually broke down, started crying, and somebody had to come help him. He said the next day they sent him out to Florida and they put him in a program, a mental health program.
Wow.
I'm saying all this to say is that you never know what a person's going through or what people have been through in their life.
Absolutely.
And, you know, a lot of times we criticize police officers, and of course there are bad police officers, but then they are the ones who serve and protect. And it made me think like, damn, the human brain is not meant to consume a bunch of death and witnessing, you know, somebody with their head blown off. So, but, you know, over the years, that takes a tally on a person, just like when you go to war.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at, and it's like he had, regardless of the therapy that he's been in, he was good, don't get me wrong, but he looked at every car that passed and he just couldn't help it because of everything that he had been through, man.
Bro.
So just a message like, you know, you never know what people going through. You never know what people have done in their life. And in terms of police, they are good police officers.
Absolutely.
And they go through a lot, bro.
Absolutely. My father was a police officer over 30 years, man. He never told me one story.
Wow.
He just a lot of them just and I spoke to another older gentleman about that. He was a retired police officer. He was like, yo, people who've been through a lot, they don't say anything. Yeah. They don't say anything about it. And like you said, my father told me one story about a gentleman who did unalive himself. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with him. Talked to him about traveling and all that. And one day the guy just went home and it was just no sign. So but yeah, man. So no, but it's good that the gentleman is able to express himself to you, and man, also have that passion to help out kids, because that's therapeutic to him as well.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now let's talk about what everybody been talking about the whole week. Jay-Z. Jay-Z had 3 sold out concerts. What is it in Yankee Stadium?
Yankee Stadium.
All right. So
Weekend was at all 3 of them.
I wouldn't be surprised, right?
Backstage,
all that with filming and everything. So,
Anti Streets. Go ahead.
So Jay-Z had a concert. All 3 sold out. Each night he did a different album. A different album. The first night was Reasonable Doubt.
Crazy.
I think the second night was The Blueprint, and I'm not sure about the third night. And he had major guests through all of them. Tickets, they said tickets were expensive. There are people who went to all 3 nights. Some people went to both nights. Me personally, when it's all the people and all, it's hard for me to. I don't like being around too many people, a crowd, and standing in line and all that shit. All that shit below me. But nonetheless, he cut his hair. Beyonce cut his hair on stage.
Well, she cut his hair in Yankee Stadium. They showed it on stage.
Okay, and then you know, he got his Yankee fitted. Jay-Z got in shape, man.
Bruh, arms toned.
He was toned up, man.
I
you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying in his 50s, man, y'all. We were talking about working out before we started. It's like, yo, man, get active. And he looked good. Was he 56?
Yes, he was looking real youthful, man. You know what I mean? Now, I saw clips, of course. I mean, I wasn't there at the concert, but it was very much successful.
What was the best clip, you think? You already know what mine is.
I mean, mine is the clip when his daughter was playing
that
Blue Ivy,
crazy,
when she was playing the piano on the Reasonable Doubt.
That was.
I think that was dope to have your child be able to, you know, you raise your kids, they grow up, and then they able to contribute to your legacy.
Super composed. They said she's self-taught.
Really?
Yes. They said she's self-taught. Of course, you from a musical family. Yeah. From a musical family, you sit on that joint all day, but and play, it's just like. But for her to do that, like in front of in that moment and kill it, fantastic.
What did you think? Did you want to go?
I mean, if I got, you know what I mean, if I got tickets, yeah, it would have been dope. You know what I'm saying? Nikki wanted to go, but it was just something, you know, it's just one of those weekends we didn't know. It was she went to the Usher and Chris Brown joint.
CB joint.
But anyway, yeah, we getting divorced. But anyway, the Nas medley, bro. Come on, bro. The Nas medley with Jigga, bro. They annihilated it. It was an 8-minute medley. They were going back and forth, and just like to see where those two came from. And those are two titans, and they still look youthful and still killing it. And you've seen them both on stage. Yeah, amazing. But I mean, you know, it was dope, man. Shout out to Jay-Z for that, bro.
Now you had well, I got a question about this. So do you think that there will ever be another rap artist? Now, first, do you think Drake could do that same thing?
Do I think
in Canada, I guess?
Well, of course, because he owns Canada, but it's about the eras that you came from, and who came 10, 15 years before you and their impact. So I would say no, but Drake has to a lot of millions of people. That's their Jay-Z is Drake.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sure he sells out stadiums, but Jay-Z is Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Nas is Nas. Eminem is Eminem. These guys have built their own legacies. You know what I mean? Because the Eminem coming out and doing Lose Yourself after the Renegade, come on, man. You never going to see that again.
I ain't going to get deep into this, but they always, since you said that, they always say Jay-Z got crushed on Renegade. I don't feel that. I don't understand that. They both rap good as shit on Renegade. I don't hear the song Renegade and be like, damn, Eminem crushed Jay-Z. I never got that.
I mean, I never got that. Listen. When you first heard that shit, I'm going to speak from my perspective. Eminem took that shit to it. But he had the advantage because it was his beat. Jay-Z was going, but
it just don't, like, when I hear it, I don't hear, when I first heard it, it just sounded like a good song, and both of them rap good. I didn't hear it and say, damn.
Go to war with the Mormons, take a bath with the Catholics in holy water. Now, wonder they tried to hold me under longer. What? Bro, he spazzed on that joint. Jay-Z he did his thing, but it was just like, yo, Eminem, he took it there. Even on stage, I was just like,
I ain't see it there.
Bro,
I just think it was even.
I think we can talk to we can told you. But yeah, so look, do you have any fetishes? Any fetishes? Any type of fetishes? Do you have them?
Do I have any fetishes?
Think about it. Take your time. We live.
I like pretty hair. But I don't think that's a fetish. That's more of like a...
Hold on. What does that mean?
Well, you're right. Let me you can't say that shit. So look.
Hold on, bro. We about to cut the tape. We about to restart this. Oh my God. What does that mean?
So I like, all right, how can I describe? I like thin hair.
Okay.
That's the best way I can say it.
You like thin hair.
Thin, silky hair, I guess.
You like thin. Oh boy, I'm about to get you up out of this. So anyway, so check it out. You have so many different fetishes that we could not even think about it. Do I have a fetish? Nah, I don't really have a fetish. But a lot of the fetishes now are gone commercial, meaning like, you know, whatever, nails, hands, weird stuff. But it's always been, you've always heard jokes about people who had foot fetishes, right? Guys like, oh, I love the toes and da-da-da-da. So the females these days, you understand me? They say, "Oh, okay, you like that." And what OnlyFans has done, and this is nothing new. You got a lot of females that have been selling feet pics on there for years since it's exploded really on OnlyFans. So you have women that's on there on OnlyFans who work regular jobs, but they also make videos. Top performers on there, now listen to this, are making $30,000 to $100,000 a year selling feet content on OnlyFans. Okay, $150 to $1,500 per month for you, even when you just getting started. Okay, top performers, you can make $3,000 to $10,000 monthly. Now listen to this, beginners. Casually posting, small social media presence, minimal chatting. You're not even talking. You can make up to $500 a month. Consistent creator. You doing this daily. Heavy promotion on Reddit and Instagram, building a loyal buyer base. $500 to $1,500 a month. High performers can make or are making from $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Treats it as a full-time business, fulfills daily custom video requests daily, and actively chats with fans. This is my question to you. Are you okay with your wife in this type of industry?
All right, so when you say foot fetish, what I mean, they're taking pictures of their feet and posting their feet, and then the guys they purchase the feet.
They're doing so basically. If we doing a live, right, you see us, but the women have the camera phone fixated just on a certain part of a room, and all they're showing is their feet. And some of them, they'll narrate, you know, that dominatrix shit, you know, them kinky dudes, they want you to talk to them, smack them and stuff. So they're watching this stuff and they pay for that. I guess it's a time duration, I guess, of the video. But the more popular your feet are and who you are as a performer, you can make a lot of money. Would you let your girlfriend, fellas, or your wife perform these types of videos?
So you asked me that question, and I'm gonna say no, and it's more than one reason I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because I think that you ever hear where they say if you think that you're doing, let's just say, smoking marijuana or something like that, yes, they call it a gateway.
You took
drug.
my answer.
Well, I think that when you start doing stuff like that, that's a gateway.
Okay.
Now, you'll have women out here that will say that they would never do this and never do that. And, you know,
then
sometimes you could be right. But when you put yourself in the environment or you put yourself in that field, you don't know what can happen. Yep. So now you're selling feet pics, right? So it starts off with feet pics to you. That's innocent. That's all. Well, then the guy ups the ante, right? Now he ups the ante and he says, well, give me a little pic of your chest. You say, well, shit.
Ain't like you make 15,000 for that.
He don't know me like that. Yeah. It's just my chest, no face. You got it. Okay, well, now I want the chest with the face. Yeah. I want the ass. Next thing you know, hey, think you can just go out with me?
Yeah.
No sex, nothing. I'm gonna just pay you to go out with me. Then you go out with the person, and it goes from step to step like that. That's what I think is happening. Is that happening? No, but it's like you're opening yourself up. That's another world. When you do that, people don't realize you're getting into a whole nother world. Right? No. You to answer it short right now. No.
My answer: hell no. Because of everything that my brother just said, that's why I knew what you were talking about. Gateway. And people are too dismissive. Y'all let anything go. You know what I mean? You doing that to me? I'm like, I'm walking in there. You doing the video? I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, we not doing that. If I gotta go get another job or whatever, if it's like that, but I can't do it. It's a gateway. You got a lot of females who needed money who started, dancing, and that turned into all kind of shit. But the answer is no, fellas. Y'all do what y'all do, but you also inviting other situations that can come into your house. The females start looking at you crazy because they're making way more than you.
Well, let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
What if you dating somebody and you meet a person, and they tell you that they don't do it anymore, but they be like, look, Trey, I ain't gonna lie, everybody got a pass. Okay. At one time I used to sell feet pics. But with the woman telling you that, are you going to judge her? Can you move forward with talking to her, or would that be a deal breaker?
Foot pics is different that you selling, but
no, I'm asking you, but I'm saying
just feet pics.
She told you that she don't do it no more, but she used to sell feet pics.
I'm cool with that.
Okay,
I'm fine with that. That's just selling, but I would be like, you just sold feet pics. That's all you sold. I'm gonna ask you just like that, like 10 times repetitive.
But if that's it, you can look past that.
Yeah, because ain't nobody seeing your face. Now, if they seeing your face and on your chest and all that, nah, we ain't. I'm not the type of dude.
Well, you taking us into the subject of the day.
Hold on 1 second, bro. Me throw something at you real quick, bro. I was talking to you earlier, so it's a beautiful day outside. You might hit a restaurant later on the night, right? What's your favorite? What's your favorite food?
Fried chicken.
Okay.
No, I'm talking bullshit. No, I don't know. I don't have a favorite food.
You got a favorite restaurant?
One of my favorites is Ruth Chris. Okay. No, don't. I don't hear nobody say no shit about Ruth Chris is not a real steakhouse. There's other steakhouses. I don't care. I like Ruth Chris. Okay. And I've been to a lot of them.
How many times have you been to Ruth Chris? Give me a ballpark number.
Over the years, maybe like, I don't know, let me see, maybe like 8, 9, 10 times.
All right, cool. So you let's say you got your favorite restaurant that you always go to, never had a bad experience. Let's say on your 20th Ruth Chris visit, right? You see a mouse in that motherfucker.
Or I just wouldn't go to that location.
Hold up. Would it stop you from? Hold on. No. This is the route, the same route, Chris, that you've been going to, the one that's closest to your house. You know the waiters and the waitresses. You see a mouse in there. You see a mouse. Would it deter you from ever going back to that particular route, Chris?
Yeah, that route, Chris. Well, so it would be how it all depends on how it's addressed. So if that's happening and they coming to me and they saying, we're sorry, this doesn't normally happen. Next week we have this happening, that happening. We're gonna give you a complimentary da. Yeah, you might get me back in there. Now if the mouse is but because
the food bomb.
Now the mouse is in there and it's like it ain't nobody doing nothing. And you know what I'm saying?
Having every day.
Getting reports and all that. Then I wouldn't go back.
Bro, would you judge like a man for like getting up and like getting out of the area? Because hold up. No, we were at a restaurant.
We were.
Right? And somebody saw a mouse. Yes. Right?
Multiple people saw it.
Okay, multiple people saw it. I didn't see it, but in my mind, that shit was Godzilla. So what I did was I quickly created a distraction, a diversion, so y'all could get out.
I didn't see you do that. What did you do?
No, I created bro, see, that's what I'm saying. I think quick on my feet. So I created a diversion. So I went this way. So the mouse will go that way and y'all go that way. So I'm just saying, I got up out of there because
well, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of left, but you left someone.
I created a distraction. That woman made it home safe because of me. Who knows? That mouse could have had Ebola or whatever. Okay, but feel me?
Well, the question is, would you go back to the spot we went to?
Bro, that pizza was good, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. But I would definitely take it to go.
Well, I say this. I didn't like how they treated it. You know what I mean?
That shit happens all the time.
If there's a mouse running around in your restaurant, the people didn't come out and apologize.
Right.
There was no nothing. It was just like, oh, that's just what it is.
It was normal.
Y'all have a mouse in y'all restaurant. There was no comp. Now, at the time, I didn't even really think about it like that because we was just trying to get out of there. But
twice? Y'all saw it twice?
I didn't see it at all.
Okay, yeah. It was just a thought. I didn't see it, but
yeah, when that happens,
people start running. I start running. I don't ask.
No manager come out and say sorry. Or nobody. I didn't like that part. So just for the fact that it seemed like there was no nothing. It was like no care about it. That would deter me from going back there because I just didn't like the way it was handled. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can do anything about it, but it's nobody to come out and apologize. There's nobody to come out and say, hey, this thing doesn't usually happen. It just is what it is. I don't like that.
Next time y'all come back, it's on me.
Or something.
Yeah, and they drinks was expensive as shit.
You know what I'm saying?
And weirdly, I'm not defending them. I just think that they should do something about it because it's literally a door that was right next to us that swings open 1,000 times a day. You got to put something out there to deter rodents from coming in there. Like they can smell the food. It's like ratatouille in that joint, bro.
I've never experienced that.
I've never seen that before, man.
That's kind of crazy. I'm glad we ate our food before it even happened, though.
I think I had the best pizza, but I'm just saying, like,
no, they told you that they told you not to put so many toppings, or you was gonna make your joint salty.
First of all, I make pizza better than this lady in there.
She warned you.
She can never, bro.
Trey had so many toppings that you couldn't even see cheese or nothing like that.
Big Guy's Pizza. Go ahead.
It was so many
Big Guy Shane.
And they told him before we started, they said, look,
and I did what I wanted.
Your pizza, don't put too many toppings because it's gonna make it salty. Your joint didn't look good. I ain't gonna lie.
I made sure then I created the other version.
Yeah, you didn't even listen to the chef. He didn't listen to the chef. He did his own thing. The joint looked like it was all right.
Well, we had a good time though.
We had a good time.
We ain't going back though. Fuck all that. We going boom.
Yeah, pizza was good. But we talking about it's a place that you can go and make your own pizza. They had bring the dough out and the toppings, and
it's a great date night thing to do, man.
Perfect date night joint. It was just a mouse there, but before all that shit was good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. I forgot to ask you that last time, bro.
Yeah,
you see, I set that up. That was pretty good.
That was good.
That was good. I've been working on it.
So we're gonna get into what the topic is today, and the topic is be careful who you choose. when you choose a partner, you know, everybody has red flags, really. Or I won't say red flags. There's always going to be things with a person that you don't particularly like.
Right.
But you have to be careful what those things are. When you're choosing a mate, it could affect your finances, your goals, where you live, everything.
Yeah.
And so that's a big factor in choosing a relationship. And a lot of times we ignore red flags.
Bro, and how we come up with these shows is like just through our regular just conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that's the best part about it. And then E will tell a story like it'll be like E tell these stories, bro. Like I'll be like, bro. And the way he tells, I'm like, bro, that's a what?
I got one for you.
Let's go.
All right, so we talking about relationships. I don't mention names.
Of course not.
When
can't do that.
You know, when we talk about this, but I witnessed someone who chose the wrong person and it changed the trajectory of their life. So I'm gonna start like this. The person is a male, and he was a graduate from a great college. We figured that he would be working in the corporate world.
Okay.
Everything was on the high, right? So he moves to this area, and then he meets a woman who's kind of from an urban area. But I'm not saying that you always have to look a certain way when you're from an urban area, but when you looked at her and you heard her speak, you wouldn't think that she was from an urban area.
Okay.
Now he's a little green from where he grew up at.
Okay.
So we could
explain what green means to the audience.
Green means he probably is only dealt with certain type of women, maybe not women who are, you know, are users and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
got it. That was good.
He may not know how to peep the sign, the red flags. So he ends up meeting this woman. They fall in love quick.
Okay.
Now what she did was she paid attention to his emotional intelligence.
Yep.
And so he was the type of person that would go through some depression spells. And what she did was would be like, well, damn, I go through that type of thing too. So they joined each other.
Trauma
bonding, right? But her trauma bonding was based on seeing what he could probably do for her. So I may not really be going through this like that, but I'm going to tell you I go through this.
I'm an empath. That's what they say.
This person, because they messed with this person, got married to this person, it changed the whole trajectory of their life. And I'm not going to really go into detail. I'll just say that I would have never thought that the person would end up how they are, and it was all based on the person that they chose.
The one person, that energy.
Yes,
that energy was the dominant energy.
It was crucial.
So choosing the wrong person can be profoundly. Of course, this person texts me as I'm reading, but we live. Profoundly alter your life by draining or eroding your self-worth and stunting personal growth. It often leads to a repetitive cycle of trying to earn affection, severely impacting your mental health, career trajectory, and overall happiness. So let's get into the psychological thing, because that's what I love. Psychological and relationship experts highlight several specific ways an incompatible partner can reshape your existence. Erosion of self-worth. The wrong partner may constantly make you question your value, leading you to alter your core personality to try and meet their expectations. Neurological rewiring. Check this out. Subconsciously, people often choose partners who mirror the chaos or emotional unavailability of their childhood. This familiar dysfunction can trick your nervous system into accepting poor treatment instead of healthy, consistent love. So the saying that I love from Les Brown, he says, you don't get out of life what you want, you get who you are. Right? So think of how many females you see with guys, and I just grew up seeing it too much. I was exposed to it. So many females who have not even begun to work on themselves, but they get into these deep relationships with these guys who you can look at and see are not going anywhere, right? 2-3 years later, they were the same guy, right? Then you start reproducing. You still broke, he still broke, kids broke, but you like, yo, like it's like you said earlier, it's that trauma bonding. So I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of people in that predicament, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So look, I wanted to talk about the show just based off of what E's experience was, and so it talks about your attachment style. Okay, the subconscious psychological blueprint that dictates how you respond to intimacy, how you manage conflict, and choose romantic partners. Okay. In adulthood, your attachment style acts as a compass, often drawing you to specific types of partners. Even if they are toxic, you're still drawn to them, right? It turns you on, right? Or incompatible because they feel familiar to your nervous system. How attachment styles drive partner selection. Psychologists categorize attachment styles into 4 distinctive traits. Secure attachment. You view yourself as worthy of love and others as capable of providing it. You naturally choose partners who are emotionally available, reliable, and communicative. You communicate needs clearly and handle conflict constructively without fearing abandonment. Okay, so you view yourself as a person that's worthy of love. Okay, this person is providing it. The second one is anxious, preoccupied attachment. Keyword is anxious, right? You have a deep fear of rejection and abandonment, often requiring constant validation. You are frequently drawn to avoidant partners because their emotional distance triggers your familiar anxiety, which you mistake for intense romantic chemistry. So the person is there, they're just there, but you're not really wanting to get too deep with them, but just having them there is enough for you. Okay. Third, dismissive avoidant attachment. You equate intimacy with a loss of independence and subconsciously view others as untrustworthy. You often select partners who are highly demanding or anxious, just like you, allowing you to justify pulling away and maintaining your emotional isolation. So you got secure attachment, you got anxious, preoccupied attachment, you have dismissive, avoidant attachment. In your relationships prior to your marriage, what was the emotional makeup of the females that you might have dealt with or stayed in longer relationships with?
I think it varied. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that. I never really liked the hood girls type thing.
You never really liked them.
I mean, that wasn't my cup of tea like that. You know what I mean? So if I could say, I had not basic. Well, everybody used to say I was super picky and would be like I'm crazy.
I never got that about you, but go ahead.
So I would say that the thing is, when I would first meet a person, in my mind, I would already think to myself, is this somebody I'm just trying to hit?
Yeah.
Or is this somebody that I could see myself with?
Hold on. You see how that was perfect. Because he just said, if it's just somebody that I'm just trying to do this with or this with, based off of the first couple minutes or just seeing them, right?
Yep.
You already got your mind made up on what you want to do. Go ahead.
Yeah. So with that, if we get into like the stuff that I would pay attention to, I'm paying attention to how you speak, what you talk about, how you treat others, how you talk about others. All those determine if I wanted to move forward with anything other than physical, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think that we all have been in situations where we ignore red flags, right?
Okay.
Because it just depends on your mission and what you're trying to do. And a red flag might be minimal to you depending on what it is. To me, sometimes red flags coincide with settling. Because you can see something in a person and you feel like that I can deal with that. So for example, you might meet a person, right?
Yeah.
And the person you meet, they don't have the best relationship with their mom or their parents.
Yeah.
And then you see them get into it one day with their parents. You like, damn, she talked to her mother like that.
Crucial.
But at the same time, she looks so good to you.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything else is right.
Pretty
and all you saw, and even though that was that, you felt like I could get past that because that's something minimal.
Yes.
But her disrespecting her parents means that eventually she might not have done it now. She gonna disrespect you.
Sheesh. Okay. My emotional makeup of the females that I was with before I got married was this is why I always say get married in your 30s. I'm gonna get a shirt that says that. In my 20s, bro, it was all over the place, bro.
Yeah, like it's hard to.
I was getting my shit thrown out of windows, cops being called, all kind of crazy ass shit, bro. But I wasn't mentally secure. I wasn't mentally in a space where I can choose well.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't worthy of, I wasn't qualified to choose. I didn't work on myself enough to choose. So again, like when we get on these pods, man, we don't do all that women bashing, man. It be men too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men, we make these decisions. The first decision we like train is just visually like, damn, she look good, right? Yeah. You don't know shit about her. You don't know nothing about her. The bad part is that we get started with this like super early, like early teens, you know, schools and stuff like that, or our neighborhoods where you might have a fast girl or whatever, and you start doing things too early that you should not be doing. But I would just say that I was the culprit just as much as the female was. But as I grew, when a female might tell me, yo, like, you know, I think that we want to take a break. We should take a break. A break to me was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna just move on. Like, I'm not coming back to this. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying taking a break was a red flag to you?
Taking a break was a red flag, but it was good that she said it, because that was an out for me, right? That was an out. And that's the thing. Like, you just be with somebody every day. You just get used to just being with them. But it's no drive, and I could be in that person's way, right? That's a whole movie I could tell later on a different part. But you could be in somebody else's way, bro. So anyway, as soon as that relationship ended, what did I do? Jump right back into another relationship. That's a whole other thing. Now I'm dealing with what this person is dealing with. This shit was more worse than the last one. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you know, too much emotion and secretive and not being communicative. But all of these things helped me to grow into the person I needed to be. So when I found my person, I was ready for it. I had all my tools, right? I had all my tools. So I knew how to communicate. Meanwhile, I'm growing. You're growing. So you know how to choose. Your same peer group or your relatives or your aunts, whatever, people that you love are still in that relationship with that same person that you like, damn, you still dealing with that? And so you able to look at them from like a zoomed out, right, focus. So, bruh, I do with my family, man. I'm out, or we go around people, bro, and they still dealing with the same thing they was dealing with 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So when you told me that story, bro, that really made me think about us talking about this.
Well, people who have people who do present red flags,
okay,
sometimes they start off small,
okay,
and it's not like it doesn't seem like a big deal. So it's like you have to watch out. Like sometimes I've actually been in a relationship where the person admitted to me that they were jealous of me, right? And those are called dream killers. When you tell somebody, if you with a mate and you're working on yourself, let's say y'all get together and now you want to start going to school, or you got a dream that you got to chase, right? And they making comments like, oh, you doing that. Oh, you got school again?
Damn.
Oh, you don't got no time for me. And it's like,
we together.
I'm trying to better myself.
Yes. For us.
That's a red flag. But then what happens is in relationships, people will stay together for comfortability. Yeah, I've been in situations where I'm with a person and I haven't really broke up with them because I'm comfortable.
Yes.
Dog, let me tell you about another person that I know, right? And I never thought this. He would come to me and he would explain to me how his girl didn't really she didn't clean up. She didn't
super red flag.
Really like to cook. Financially, she was not contributing, and he was paying for everything.
Okay.
Right? And so he'd been with this person for years. And in my mind, I'm like, well, why are you still with the person?
Yes, bro.
The person lives with you. She's not doing this. She's not doing that.
Yep.
So I asked him one day, and I'm going to be honest, I was just shocked by his answer. He said, the reason why I haven't left is because I really thought about it, and I think I'm scared to be alone. Now that shocked me though. You know what I'm saying? Because I just wasn't, I never heard, that just surprised me. I'm like, damn, like, guys don't really talk like that.
They don't.
And when he said that, I was just like, damn. He admitted, he said, I'm just scared to be alone. And I was like, dog, be alone. I was like, these are the best years of your life.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel like that, man. If the person, what you don't want to do is stay with a person. And then I said, what you want to wait till your beard and hair gray? And then that's when you decide to leave?
Yeah.
When all your youth is gone and all the choices that you had are now gone out the door?
Yeah.
All because that you're scared to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It's only for a moment. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I just was shocked that happened. So regardless of the red flags that he was seeing, he's staying because he's scared to be alone, right?
Yeah.
Another situation.
Damn.
I know somebody else, right? They were with a person in a relationship, and it was the same concept that the woman, she wasn't doing anything. She didn't keep the house clean. She didn't do anything. And I'm not saying the guys were perfect, but they were unhappy.
Yep.
And I asked him, well, why are you staying in a relationship? He said, man, her family real cool. Her family cool as shit. And I was just like, you staying with her because
of her family.
Cool?
So he probably come from a spot where his family was the opposite.
Maybe.
Right. And then a lot of relationships, even though we might not work out, that person still want to hang around your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just no, a man saying I don't want to be alone, that's like he became isolated inside of the actual relationship. So that was a good segue. One of the biggest warning signs also is isolation. Someone who slowly removes everyone else from your life, right? Like, you don't even hang out with your girls no more. Or if you're a guy, which happens a lot, the guy don't really go hang out with his boys anymore. Even if some of them are single, that was your outlet, right? So they'll start to say negative things like, talking about your family in a negative way. Oh, your friends are jealous. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to isolate you, right?
I'm putting shit in inside of your mind. So eventually you're isolated. So your whole support system that you had is gonna instantly know. They're gonna instantly feel the change. So they're gonna start talking about you and your girl like, oh, yo, so and so don't be letting you. You know what I mean? So we all been through that. But it talks about how healthy being in a healthy relationship would encourage you to go hang
yes.
out. Me and my marriage, I'd be like, yo, not only should you go out, you should go get you a hotel room for the night, and you should do this. Like, that's how I keep my house healthy. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I can get on here, I can laugh and I can joke, but I really send her to the harbor by herself. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you can go for a weekend if you want. You know what I mean?
Bruh, let me tell you
go
something.
Ahead.
Before I got married, everybody who I told that I was getting married, no man had nothing positive to say.
about marriage.
Seriously, everybody that I said that I told I was getting married, they made it seem like the end of the world was coming.
Yes,
and
bro.
I ain't understand that.
Yes, bro.
And I was just like, damn. They were like, oh no, that's it. I'm like, that's it.
You about to go to jail.
Let me tell you something, man. A healthy relationship consists of your partner having a life outside of you. If you're with somebody and they don't want you to be with your friends, they don't want you to go nowhere, they don't want you to hire your education, they don't want you to study to be better than what you are, that's not the person for you. When you in a healthy relationship, you champion your partner on what they doing to grow. That should motivate you. If you're not doing that, it's okay to have your partner go out with their friends, be in a book club, do something outside of just being around you. When you don't want the person to have anything outside of you, that means that you're insecure. The only way that you're in a long-term healthy relationship is when a person that you're together, but you also are individuals. You can never lose being an individual. The moment that you lose being an individual, it's time to leave the marriage if or the relationship. If a person's not letting you grow, you're supposed to grow together. You know what I mean?
That's bro. It's crazy to me to see. Like, it's people who still stay in relationships like that, like
all day long.
You know what I mean? Like it's 2026. Like, I'm looking around, like, yo, that it's just crazy to me. You become unrecognizable, right? To you are a vibrant guy, you are a vibrant woman. So it talks about becoming someone you don't recognize. The saddest transformation isn't always external; it's internal, right? Maybe before the relationship, you were confident, funny, optimistic, social. Years later, now you anxious. You walk on eggshells. You don't see people ever. Second guessing yourself, apologizing for things that weren't your fault. You've lost yourself trying to keep someone else. If a relationship cost you your peace, your identity, and your self-respect, it's costing you too much, right? You had a phenomenal, whoever didn't see this pod last week, phenomenal pod with your beautiful sister, bro. Super applause to her for coming on and sharing her story. As she was speaking, were you reliving conversations that you had with her regarding her relationship?
Yeah, I was reliving my anger and what I wanted to do to the person. I also got really sad from the part. I had to play it off because she was talking about it. I'm sitting here just looking, but in my mind, it's like I'm thinking about everything that had transpired.
Yeah.
But I will say this about that. Before they got married, sometimes you get yourself into situations and you don't pay attention because
that's what I want to ask. Did you see any red flags before? Go ahead.
I didn't see any, but she did, right?
Got it.
She saw red flags, and guess what? They went to counseling. Counseling.
Yeah.
After they counseling, you know what the counselor told them?
What?
I don't think you all should get married.
Wow.
Do you know what ended up happening?
They got married.
So that means that's a person who ignored the red flags. Of course, we didn't know what would transpire.
Yeah.
But that's just an example.
He saw it.
That's just an example of there's some red flags here, and we choose to ignore the red flags, and then we have to deal with the consequences of that.
We all have to deal with the consequences of it. Meaning, if you have a brother, if you have an uncle, if you have a father, they will come out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dealing with, I've dealt with it. When I saw E, I thought about my own sister, just seeing it, and it was so normal. Like, that your sister was this person before this person, and you're seeing from the outside what your sister has become, and this person is actually worse.
Yes.
Like, how do you get worse over time, right? So, bro, it resonated with me because I've seen abuse a lot, right? Coming up, and through that, verbal, physical, through that, I almost made some life altering decisions based off of somebody else, because somebody else is not doing what they should be doing. You about to inject yourself into a situation where even if it don't go to the extreme, a lot of times, and I'm gonna be careful with how I say this. A lot of times, not all the time, but more than a lot, the women go back, right? The women will go back. It takes at least, now this is on average, 7 times the abuse or whatever catastrophic situation it is. It'll take 7 times for those things to happen for the woman to actually be like, you know what, I'm out. A lot of times it be fear, right? It could be fear. It could be financial. You have children. You just whatever that female's reason is, it's their reason. But I love the interview is because you saw the other side of it. You didn't see a person who just sat there 20 years and they whole psyche. This lady got not only did she get out of it, she got out of it thriving now, right? Bro, she was just radiating off the screen, man. And it's like, my sister, she succumbed from cancer, but the part that I love about her leaving that that particular relationship was she did find somebody who did treat her. Who's a total opposite as the person that she was with. The issue was she was with the bad person for 20 goddamn years.
Yeah, that's the only thing, man.
So then you get out and then you get an illness and then you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So coming from the other side of the situation with the men whose family members and sisters have or mother dealt with abuse, whether it's verbal, it don't have to be physical. That verbal break you down just as fast, right? So I just wanted to say, like, females, I'm just talking to females specifically, as fast as you can, even though it's hard, if you were the guy, he toxic, he talk to you crazy, not even if he's not putting your hands on you, you know this guy is a bum. He's not going anywhere. You trying to take real estate classes, he not trying to give you no effort. Even if you're not working too much, you can at least give this girl some encouragement, help her to get what she has, help her to get to where she wants to go in life. And then vice versa. Fellas, if she lazy, let me tell y'all something. Ain't nothing, and I always say this, ain't nothing worse than no lazy ass woman who don't want to work. She don't want to clean. She barely cooks. She don't wash no dishes. And I come home from work and the dish is still in the sink. Bruh, that's a red flag. You understand what I'm saying? And stop getting these females pregnant. That's lazy.
When you date,
she's still gonna be lazy after the baby come. Trust me.
When you dating a person, I think the main thing that you want to look at is the person's character. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a perfect person. The person is always going to do things that may irritate you, but it's their character and their intent. Those things you can't change, you can't make up. That's the foundation. A person's character, how they treat people, how they treat their parents. Do they lie? Are they trustworthy? Are they good with finances? You know, all those things. And then it's like a gray area because it's like you can grow with a person. You can meet a person that's young and then some of the traits that they have, they worked on and they got better. But what I learned in life, in order for you to really change, you really got to want to do that shit. And it takes an everyday effort. And I'm learning that a lot of people don't change. And a lot of people don't put a lot of effort to change. If you see that.
They change everything else but they sell.
But they sells. Or they feel like that they don't need to change.
I look good. And it be that vanity just because she cute. Yeah, that's the problem. The female, a lot of y'all females be cursed by the beauty. You don't got no goddamn ambition. You don't got no drive, but you got a nice ass body. You know what I'm saying? And these simps been buying you whatever you want, and these dudes been giving you money, and that's been enabling you. Now you 45, no skills. You know what I'm saying? No ambition, but you still want what you're seeing on social media. So go ahead. E.
Well, go ahead.
Jump in there. So basically, become the person you want to attract. Mm-hmm. The most effective way to draw a great partner is to develop those same positive traits in yourself that you need to focus on. Emotional maturity, being willing to communicate openly, take accountability, and engage with curiosity instead of defensiveness. A lot of people, I'm not just going to say women, you trying to build a plane while you flying it. You need to work on yourself before you even get in that relationship, right? Because you might not be a person that's empathetic, but you didn't really know it until you went through it with that partner. But that partner noticed, like, yo, like you ain't even give a shit that my so-and-so just died. You ain't showed me no type of sympathy or empathy. Independence. Develop a fulfilling, active life. This is talking about your friend earlier. Mm-hmm. Develop a fulfilling, active life on your own, so you select a partner to enhance your life rather than to fill a void. So I'm saying we're not qualified to really choose. We ain't worked on ourselves. Speaking of self-worth, recognize your own value so you can comfortably walk away from relationships that do not meet your standards. Go ahead.
Well, let's talk about how it feels when you do choose the right person and how life changes when you do choose the right person. So when you do choose the right person, you can grow a life together. When you do choose the right person, you'll start seeing that you're both accomplishing things and you're getting more in life than what you were. When you got the right person uplifts you and you progress in life. That's one thing that you can know, that you have the right person. There's progression in the relationship. There's progression in life. that's part of choosing the right person. When you're not stagnant in all aspects of life and you continuing to grow, that's part of choosing the right person. I think when you got the right person, you grow spiritually, you grow financially. There's just a evolution of moving forward when you have the right person. Being stagnant really doesn't happen when you're choosing the right person. You have to have a lot in common. You don't have to have everything in common, but you can't, certain things like religion, you got to be on the same page. Certain things with money, you have to be on the same page. You know what I mean? Those things help you stay together. And even with that, you still gonna have your trials and tribulations.
Absolutely.
You still gonna have the times where you not feeling her, she not feeling you. But overall, you come back to you all's character and your foundation and its growth.
Let me tell you, people are looking at you and thinking about you, that you wouldn't even think about it. A situation could happen, and then you'll get a random text after, whatever, an anniversary. Oh, I invited people over. You got people that have been admiring you and admiring just the man that you've become, and you ain't even know it. Mm-hmm. Just by the relationship that you cultivated and grew, right, by who you chose, mm-hmm. and vice versa for females. You can inspire females who might not even thought you're showing them what a wife looks like, right? You're showing them what a husband looks like. Like, I love when I get text from my nephew, like, man, you're doing great. You're not thinking about it. You're just living your life. But by you just putting yourself in the situation that you are in, you are still showing others what it's like when you don't settle on just people who are going to enjoy you this way, So everything that my man just said, just take it and heed it. We just want to give game to people, and we want to give healthy tips. We want to see everybody win, bro.
Yeah, you just be careful who you choose.
Be careful who you choose out there, baby. We just gave you red flags, huh?
Nobody's perfect, but at the same time, there's a word called deal breakers, and those are real, and you should stick to them, especially if you feel it in your spirit. Like I said before, people do change, but people gotta want to change. And just in my experience, a lot of us, I'm included too, mm-hmm. we can be very stuck in our ways, and it takes an effort to change and grow. And you got to be with a person who's willing to understand that and willing to put that to work.
And people want to see you win, baby. You just gotta listen, man. Look, we smoked this episode 12. We just getting started. We showing love, man. We trying to get people out of that stagnant mindset. Establish some boundaries, okay? Establish some type of boundaries. Have some type of put yourself in a positive environment, right? If your circle is stagnant, they don't have a goal-oriented mindset, get a different circle. But work on you. Try to qualify yourself to choose better, and then you could, get you a husband, or get you, you know what I mean? Nah, seriously, man. But just, I'm pro marriage, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
There's so many people like you got I got coworkers look good in their 40s, 50s, multiple kids, never been married, right? Never even thought about marriage, right? But damn, it's like it's just you in this house with these kids, and but because of who you chose, like, nah, I ain't think about getting married.
Yeah,
they done broke your whole spirit down.
You don't even see it.
Yeah, but the other guy that might have been, working at UPS and studying and doing this, that dude is flourishing. He was on you. He was he was on you, but you was on so and so. You know what I mean? And he got his own situation going on, but you wanted to be the one, and he never changed. He never changed. Believe what you see. That's I'm gonna leave it just like that, bro.
Yeah, life's short. Don't waste time if you can help it.
I like that.
Now follow us on Instagram at Read the Room. Once you follow us on Instagram, there's a link. It will take you to the YouTube page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on TikTok at Read the Room as well.
Killing TikTok.
As I always say, everybody has a pod, but everybody is in us. Till the next time.